Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is my, the second part of the project. On This is data cleaning. So I've done on data gathering. I normally divide it into different parts, my processes, so that it will be easy to, understand by anyone. So this is the second part of my project. Distribution of healthcare facilities in Nigeria. So normally, I normally use like pandas, for my data cleaning. I normally use pandas, which is a Python library, for data manipulation and others. So I used web scraping for the data gathering. In case if you are not, go through it, you can also check it out. It is on my channel, so you can check it out. Okay, so let's just get started. Let me run this. Okay. We've imported that. Now I'm using a CSV file. This is the file I scripted out from a site. It has a government site in Nigeria, government agency sites, that regulates, that take care of hospitals, clinic, and all those healthcare facilities. So this is the data I scripted out. So I saved it on a CSV file. So let me run it. Okay, let me check it out. Okay, looks good. Okay. Looks somehow messy. When you are when you scrape data, scrape data looks more messy than data you got from an API. So my first second project I was using an API, but this time around I said let me try something new, which is I used web scraping, which was fun, although it took a lot of time, but at least I've gained the experience in using that. So let me create a copy of this like I normally do. Check it out. Okay, looks good. So the reason for that copy is for so that I'm not manipulate my original CSV file. So let's take a look at what we have in our data set. Okay, this looks cool. We have some irrelevant columns which we'll remove. We have how many columns here? We have 53 columns, which is actually good. I will love this. I have to do a lot of cleaning. Actually good. So we have to drop relevant column. That is the first step I normally take in my data cleaning. Drop relevant columns because I don't want to be wasting my time, cleaning data that I will not later use, for my analysis. So it's just like doing I don't know how to call it, but it's just wasting your time doing unnecessary things. Okay, I normally use this unique to check out those columns that are repetitive, like type, toggle, target, these three, and even I also remove ID, but later on. So once it appears once, it means that this is the only unique, just repeat throughout the column. Okay, let me show you what I mean. You see, button, model, view, they're repetitive, so it's not needed for analysis because we cannot have repetitive value because there's no pattern in it, so it will not be useful for analysis. So we have to drop them. So the others to even operational. Operation status. So there's no need for that since all of them are operational. So there's no need for having it there. So we'll drop the four of them. Run this. And let's run this. Then we'll have this now. It looks more better now. Now we are now having 50 columns. Okay, that looks good. So we'll have to drop anything ID now. The ID normally. ID is used for primary keys, to assign primary keys for tables, especially when you're working with SQL. Especially, you use IDs for primary keys. So when you want to now join 2 or 3 tables together, you can use that IDs to connect them with the foreign keys and primary key. But we'll not be needing them in our analysis since we're not working on combining any tables or whatever. So we just leave it this way. We'll not be needing it for our analysis. Okay, let's run this. Now this look good. Okay, this look good. Okay. Now we also have to drop this one too, this ID too. And the reason why I'm dropping alternative facility name is because we already have facility name. So having both of them in our analysis is actually not useful. Like it's just like I'm repeating the same thing all over. Since I just have their name, then there's what's needed for the alternative name. There's no need for that. So I will have to remove it and run this. Okay, it looks good now. I've ended up with 45 column from 50. It looks like 53 to 45. Okay, No, that is not bad. Handling missing. Okay, let's not handle missing values. So let me check the sum of all of them, which is this. Okay, only few are lacking missing value. Like many of them, they are missing values, which means we have to do a lot of work. But no problems. That's our job as a data analyst. So that's what we do. Okay, let me change the start date. Let me change it to a date. I normally change it first of all to a date field, so that when I'm trying to apply some functions or some operations on it, it will not give me an error. So I normally change it to a date field. Okay, it's a date column now. It's on the date time now. Okay, this look good. So now for the missing value for the start date, I use the mode that is the highest frequent number, the highest frequent date. So I use that to fill it up. That is what I did here. Is the fill NA to Okay, so I run this. Okay, let me run this to verify. Obviously, no missing value. Okay, this looks cool. So let's go for the word. That is on 15. That is, we have 15 missing value there. So now I made an explanation. I say since the 15 is not up to 5% of our data set, because our data set is just 36,000 plus, 36,728. So 5% of that is just 1,000 something. So just 1,000 plus. So I just, since it's not up to 5% of my data set, this is just like a general threshold many analysts use, to drop rows or so that it's not affect the overall our overall analysis. So I'll just drop that. So there's no big explanation there. I'll run this and I have this. So I have 0 word. Okay, yeah, is it 0 word? So let's focus next on the words or the ownership type, which is cool. Okay, normally for that I'll create a checkpoint. Now this checkpoint, like I normally say, is very, very important. I cannot stress this enough. If you are an analyst and you're not using this checkpoint, you're in danger. Let me put it this way, you're actually suffering yourself, because sometimes nobody is perfect. You may do a huge mistake, like you may let me say this df, you may reassign this df another variable, or let me say when you mistakenly, and when you reassign it, you cannot go back like using Control Z or whatever, this word package or something. So you cannot do that. So instead of, it's good to create checkpoints. So let's create a copy of the df data frame and name it df mode. Okay, this is good. Okay, now we have the df mode now. So this is what we'll be using now. Now we want to fill the ownership type. Now when it comes to filling up missing values, I normally say, I even posted it on my LinkedIn. Yeah, you can fill it 3 ways. Now the first is randomly, like which you have done using the mode up here. I don't have to scroll down. Okay, up there we use the mode, that is or mean or media. Those are filling it randomly. Now there are sometimes you can fill the missing value based on another column, based on a related column. Now ownership and ownership type are related. Even based on their name, you can just but due to sometimes you may not just use barely those by the name, we can also check it out. You see ownership type private for profit. So this means that a facility that is private, most of the times it could be for profit. Or if it's public can be developed by the state government, local government, for the whole general public. So it makes sense that ownership and ownership type are not correlated, they are related in some way. So it will be good to okay, so it will be good we use the ownership towards filling the ownership type. Now we want to group the ownership, although for the ownership we have only private and public, so now we want to check how many times a particular value, what is the most occurring number for the private and the most occurring number for the public, most occurring value or category for the private and most occurring category for the public. This is what we did here. We group them by the ownership. So group the categories of this based on the ownership. So that's why private, this is the highest occurring one, for public and this one. So this is what we'll be using to fill the missing values this will be used to fill the missing values in what's in the ownership type. Okay, let me run that. Then over here, we create a column. We suffix, this is the name of the column here. We just use the original name. Then we now added this to created a column and merge it to our data set. Of course, you see it. So over here, after merging it, we now use it to fill in the missing values. This one and this one. So what this means is that any place, anytime there's a missing value and private is beside it, or let me say private is at the, okay, let me put it this way. Assuming there's a missing value here and this is private, let me use private, and this is private here. So for example, this is private, so you should fill it with what, the for profit. Then if it's public that is missing, you should fill it with the local government. So that's what we did over here. Okay, let me run that. I'll eventually run this. Okay, first 50. Okay, that's why it took time. Just say I told you to give me the first 50 values. That's why it took a little bit of time. So okay, let me look for that exact one. Let me show you that actually worked. Okay, the second, see the index 1, let's check it out. Index 1, sorry, index 1, can you see, for profit? So it actually did what we wanted to do. Even one of them was also here, but I will not have to go through that. So okay, okay, let's run to verify. Obviously, okay, we are good to go. So the ownership type has been sorted out. So let us try to, okay, let us now fill in the missing value, the facility level option. Now we'll be using the facility level because they're also related. So we also do the same grouping again. Now for the facility level, we have primary, secondary, and tertiary. So we're looking for the highest occurring category in 3 of them. So this is what we get, as we did for the first one. So run that. Okay. Now I was trying to check the unique values we have in the ownership level. Now we're having health post, healthcare center, healthcare clinic, specialized hospital, tertiary hospital. Now the value for this secondary hospital is not actually here, because primary healthcare is also the same as primary facility level. Understand? The data, they added this mistakenly. Why I say mistakenly is because primary, you can call it primary healthcare or primary health clinic. Then this tertiary is obviously tertiary teaching hospital or specialized hospital. That's what it's being called. So these 3 now belongs to the primary. Then what will we use to fill in the secondary? Now in Nigeria, there's what we call general hospital. So this secondary level at what we call the general hospital. So that's what we'll be using to fill in the secondary. I think it's much more of a reasonable guess to use to fill in it, since the hospitals are called secondary. I even searched it online or did my research, and secondary level hospital can also be called general hospital. So instead of using this, which will be confusing with the two, so I'll have to replace this with general hospital, and this for the teaching hospital will be for the okay, let me run this, okay, to check out the unique one. So this is where I made the explanation. So for primary, we'll be using this primary health clinic, secondary general hospital, and tertiary teaching hospital. This makes a lot of sense. So we made the mapping and use it to fill in what the missing value in what facility level. This looks much more reasonable. Okay, let us check it out. Oh, we got it. Okay, let us verify. I normally verify after I fill in the missing value, so I will not okay, sorry, let me verify. Okay, obviously they are gone. So let's go for the physical location. I think physical location. Okay, physical location. So what this code here is doing is just giving me the max row, the max column. What I mean by max column, that whenever you're using pandas, sometimes they will not give you the full column, so it will shorten the column for you, and you used to do it for the rows and the columns. So if you want to give it the max one, you can use that code. So you see, I can see all my own columns. I would have to just go there. can see all of them. Wait, let me scroll up to show you now. The previous one, let's see all these dentists, pharmacists, all this, and so that's what I did there. And for this one, I was using it to check out, the state's many location. So that's what I just did. Just mainly just focus on. I use this one to, get the max column. So now I want to fill in the physical location. Now, if you look out here, what I did here, this is a Python library called GPOI. I just use this to check out a particular physical location or a location based on their latitude and longitude. That's what I did here. Now let me run this first of all. Okay. So I'm using this library to get the location of a particular place based on its longitude and latitude. Like I said before. Okay, yeah. The location at this longitude, at this latitude and this longitude is Akoko, Edo State, Nigeria. Now, the reason why you saw this is because I was using it to verify. Okay, I want something. I just picked a particular location. I check it out. I paste. Okay, let me do it for you here. Okay, let me go to the. Okay, let me go to launch. Okay, this is it. Let me just pick this one. Okay, this is the longitude. Let me pick it out. Control C. Let me paste it here. And this is the latitude. Let me check the physical location of this. So this is trying to give me the physical location of the place based on its longitude and latitude. Let me run this. Run this again. This is what we have. Now, okay, let me kind of go to this place like this. Okay, let me see. What will it give us? Again, Akoko, Edo State, Nigeria. So now, the reason for that is for me to be able to fill in the physical location. This is the physical location. Now it's giving me the local government. Okay, let me scroll up. It's giving me this local government and the states. It's not actually giving me the exact location. Understand? So it's not giving me the exact location. It's just giving me the local government and the state. So this, instead of using because for the missing value on the physical location, I cannot know exactly where the location is, and I cannot fill in the missing value unless I get more data on that. So since this is just a project, I script out and the time to fill in the missing value, going to different locations to check it out. So what I just did is I just used the local government and the state to fill in the missing values for the location. Like example for this, I will just use the Akoko Edo, fill in this, and it makes more sense that this particular location is in Edo State, is in so local government and so state, but I don't know the exact place. So it's a reasonable guess to use it that way. So that's what I used to. That's the main cause of this. It's not part of our cleaning, but I just used it to check things out. Okay, for that, this is what I just used. So instead of using, from the code above, we can see that we can use the local government to fill up the missing value in the physical location. This is the local government, Akoko Edo State. So I'll just use the local government to fill it up. Instead of using, I don't use the state, I only local government I use. Since Akoko Edo is also in this state, so there's no need for it. Since the local government is in the state already, there's no need for that. So I just use the local government. What am I saying? I use the local government, and the states. I made a mistake on this write-up. So that's what I just did here. So it will print out the local government, then a comma like this, and give us the state. So let's run that to fill in the missing values. And you have done that. So let us verify that. So as you can see here, you see that missing value is it, Akoko, Edo. So this is what we'll be using to fill in the missing value, although it has been filled already. So I think that is a much more reasonable guess than using the mode or whatever. Because if you use the mode, it means that it's a location in Abia, be used in another state, which doesn't make any sense. So when it comes to data cleaning, sometimes making some reasonable guesses is actually good. So far it makes more sense. Okay, let me run that. Okay, the physical location done. So the next one now will be, I'll be dropping the alternate number. The reason for this is that there's no way I can fill in the missing value for this, because alternate number is just like let me say phone number, but we will have to drop the alternative number because it is important. It's not be important for analysis, number one, and secondly, filling the missing value will allow me to have to contact the person that has the number or authority. So I don't have such kind of time for this to do those kind of things. So I just have to drop it. So what I mean, I feel the missing value will take me a lot of time, so not be needed. Okay, let me run that. Run this. So I'll run the next. So I've dropped that. So it's no more. Yeah, I'll drop it. So we'll be focusing next on the longitude, the latitude and longitude. Then I created a checkpoint again. Usually that's what I do. Then I read in. Now for the longitude and latitude, there's no way I can use the mode or mean or others. The reason for this is that if I use the mean, it should just be similar with that physical location. I may have a location in Abia being used in another state, or a location in a particular state used in the other state. So it's not reasonable to do it that way. So what I did, I went online